Yeah, 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 yeah. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Better let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't tryna drain my time, yeah. Simply wanna show you what I'm worth, yeah. Daily I'ma stay on my grind. Have a little faith and go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm on ride like every day, 'cause I want everything. I can do anything. Check my resume. It's people against you. They see what you've been through. But look in the mirror, tap into your spirit. There's power within you. Like LinkedIn, I'm locked in, get the job done when I clock in. I weighed out my options, put the work in, that's action, no lacking, just stacking. Big dreams I'm attracting, no accidents, that's fate. Just go in and have a little faith. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead, I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head, I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Better let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't tryna trade my time, yeah. Simply wanna show you what I'm worth, yeah. Daily I'ma stay on my grind, yeah. Have a little faith and go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, now go nuts, go nuts, go nuts, go nuts, go nuts, go nuts, donuts, 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 go nuts, donuts, 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 donuts.
Hey there, I'm Trevor Houston, the creator of the Who You Know Summit, and I'd like to welcome you to the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
On our program, we'd like to show you a job search like you've never seen.
Everything from getting noticed by employers, how to properly format your resume, and how to network effectively using LinkedIn to drive recruiters to your profile.
We even take suggestions from our amazing community.
So if you want to learn all things job search, go ahead and subscribe now.
Focus! It's all about the job search. So if you want to learn how to land that next success, you heard them. All you got to do is subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but
Who you know can make all the difference in your job search.
it definitely can.
In mine.
Yeah.
Look, I'm so excited.
We got somebody.
We got real people in the house.
Yeah, we got the real people.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So okay, today this show is gonna be fire, y'all. Okay, so we got Mike Mehterian in the house.
Hey.
Great to see you. I got to tell you, I'm a bit disappointed because my main man Foster isn't here.
Yep.
I went, got my hair done just like his.
You got
Come
your
here,
hair
hope
did?
We're going to have some brisket. And then to find the spot open, Foster, you're disappointing me, man.
Well, okay.
Well,
real
big
quick.
shout out. Big shout out.
Big shout out to Foster. It is his birthday.
Yeah,
Foster, the
that's
job
right.
father. So if
job
everybody
father.
can reach out to him in the DMs, I want y'all to blow Foster Williams up. And he's got getting some blood work or something done today. So
Yeah.
he's
Best wishes.
yeah, best wishes to Foster. And
I miss you, big guy.
happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Have a donut or something. You know what I'm saying?
Have a couple. Have some brisket,
A
man.
brisket donut
Yeah. Maybe
got those.
maybe he's having blood work because too much brisket.
and donut.
Maybe it comes out like barbecue sauce or
That's
something.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, yep.
Well, anyway. Okay, so we digress, but we're super excited, and let's go to the audience real quick. Let's see who we got with us online.
Yeah, we got Annette, Choti, Jim Becker, Lauren Hewlin, hey,
Bernard,
Lauren.
James Wolf, what's good? Yolanda, Neil Anson, Kat O'Toole in the house.
Wow. Everyone, this is great.
David Young. Hey, why don't y'all do me a favor real quick? I want you to just let us know where you're tuning in from, because we do get people from all over the place, and I want to know where you're coming from, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to be starting some in-person events. Guys, I got something really cool planned. It's pretty neat. Okay, so Mike, you know how we do the summit?
Yes, we do. Yes, I do.
Okay, so we do the summit, right?
Yep.
But imagine we do a live summit.
Oh, my
okay?
goodness. Yeah,
do-
that's great enough.
We'll do a live summit, and then half of the people, because I won't be able to bring everybody up here.
Right.
But half the people, we'll take about 20 up here to do a live studio audience for the show after.
Oh,
okay?
that's awesome.
So that'll be like kind of the VIP treatment. They come up here, do a live studio audience. The other half will be a networking opportunity for them going on. So kind of like the best of both worlds, networking, you get the show, the entertainment, you get training, you get all of it. How's that sound?
Man, that sounds awesome, man. You can have the dog pound up here.
Yeah,
It's going to be
that's right.
great.
The peanut gallery.
Well, you know, and beyond peanuts, my friend. But imagine live and in living color. You can see it
Yes.
all.
How many of y'all are ready for live? Tell me down in the comments. Just put live. I mean, we're live right
Who's
now.
ready
but
to get
if you're
here
ready
in
for
person?
in-person live, like, let's go, let's go. What do you think? Well, you ready, Mark?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Well, and you know,
ready, man.
we've
That's
also talked
awesome.
about adding some components to that, like maybe occasionally or maybe regularly. I don't know. We don't know, but maybe having some recruiters, some people
Company
in,
sponsors,
right?
yeah.
Some
Companies,
exposure to.
hey, for the companies listening right here, hey, look, this is your opportunity to get in front of these folks, right? So you could sponsor an event and think about that. Hey, there you go. So that's something I'm real excited about. That's in the works.
Yeah, we're ready.
It's
we're
coming.
ready.
It's coming.
Big stuff, man.
Yep.
Big stuff.
Yep. So we're excited about that.
Get back to reality.
Well, hey guys, we always like to bless the show with a prayer for the listeners.
Absolutely.
Mark, you want to do us the honors?
Yep. Hey guys, so much to be grateful for, even in a time where you might not feel so grateful. So let's take it to Him, and if you would bow with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for just being there, being faithful to us, even though we might not always see you, we might not always hear you, we might not always feel you. There's a lot of people out there, dear Lord, in this audience that need your help, need your guidance, need your blessings. Just pray that you would watch over them, help them to make the right decisions, give them the energy, the insight to be able to be effective in their searches, to help get them back and make them whole. Lord, I pray that you would be with Foster as he's not here with us today, that you would bless him on his birthday. Thank you so much for him, for Trevor, for the team, all of the viewer audience. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, we do have a lot to be thankful for. There are a lot of landings. So, Mark, I know you got a list.
Oh, yeah.
Who do we got?
Always got a list.
We got a lot of. Hold on. These people, we got to do something very, very special, okay? Because these people, they're all back to their cash flow. You ready?
Yep.
They're back to their cash flow.
All right. So we got two. The first two are very special because
Who do we got?
they're real active in the network. We got James Wolf.
Woo! Oh, woo!
James Wolf. We got Clayton Cunningham.
What's wrong with my
Clayton
gun?
Cunningham. All right, Clayton Cunningham.
My gun's
and
not
he hasn't been in the network.
Got to do the manual touch, man. Got to go.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes when the gun don't work,
Yep.
That's it.
He hasn't been in the network a little bit. He's actually an alumni, but Larry Croucher. Larry Croucher.
Croucher.
All right, Larry. Jennifer Hall. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Jesse Ford. Whoop, whoop.
That's it.
Joseph, Butler.
What is wrong
Kenneth
with
Brunette. Kenneth. Nikki Marcus. Nikki, congratulations.
Right.
We got access.
Yes.
Ryan Maney.
There we go.
Congratulations, Ryan Maney. Bradley Garfield. And Jessica Tapera. I'm out.
Man, gotta love it.
I am out. Hey, congratulations, all of you guys. This is a great time to not only count your blessings, to look back and look at your journey and how far you've come from, but also to look at how you can pay it forward.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of people that helped you. There's a lot of resources out there. Hopefully you took advantage of some of those. Now is the time to pay it forward.
And when I say pay it forward, y'all, I mean it.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean it because, look, all this stuff out here is free 99 to the community, but I'm going to guarantee you it ain't free 99 to the people putting it on.
That's right.
Okay? So they're paying for you.
Yep, the
helping
time, talents, and
support,
treasures.
Right? And so all we ask is that you pay it forward, and the way that you do that is you go build those relationships with those hiring managers, those recruiters, so that we can get that resume that's in the trash. Okay, you know where it's at. It's in the black hole. It's down here.
File 13.
Yep. You just need to go hand that
Area
to
51?
the decision
That
makers.
too.
That's how you pay it forward. Okay, that's how you do it.
That's right.
You got to. Congratulations on those successful landings. You're an inspiration for those of us who are still in the pattern.
Yes.
And, we all know it's going to be our turn coming. But the fact that y'all did it now, that's just tremendous. Congrats.
Yep.
Let's give them a hand.
Yes.
And just another little tidbit is go back, look these people up in LinkedIn, connect with them, talk to them about how they landed, about what some of the things that they did that were effective.
See how my gun got jammed up?
Yeah,
and
you
then
got
all of a
jammed.
sudden it was like, that was awesome. I'm reloading, okay, because we're going to have fun. But guys, yeah, seriously, that's awesome. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Mike, your time's coming, man. You got
Oh,
yeah.
I know. And it might be
Oh,
here
yeah.
sooner than you
You
think.
got to shoot up these dollars.
it's coming, man. It's coming. So,
And by the way, this ain't Monopoly money, I'm telling you.
not Monopoly money, but hey,
You
okay.
guys do first-class operation here.
So I got the tip of the week this week, okay?
All right.
Got the tip of the week.
Pay attention, everyone. This is going to get good.
Well, this is something that you've already done, Mike, and I'm really I'm glad that you did this, and it stands out, and hopefully you're getting some results. So I'll ask you in a second if you're getting results. But the tip of the week is there's a new feature on LinkedIn called the cover photo. Okay, cover photo, which is basically an animated like 30-second video that you get to upload up in your photo, so that when somebody comes on your profile, it animates. It's kind of like, gives the Harry Potter effect, you know, where the picture all of a sudden comes alive. Well, it's really neat. And so you have to think creatively about how you're going to use that feature. You get 30 seconds. 30 seconds is all you get. So what are you going to do to grab someone's attention in that 30 seconds and have some form of call to action so that they actually do something on your profile, right? You got 30 seconds. And so, you know, what I did with mine is I turned mine into a scavenger hunt. So for those of you that are tuning in right now, I will tell you, go to my profile, check it out. There's a scavenger hunt inside. You'll look for 3 mics, okay? At the end of those 3 mics, they unlock a secret phrase. When you DM me that phrase, you're going to get my LinkedIn optimization checklist, okay? So DM me that phrase, go look on my profile, and you'll get that checklist. I'll send it out to you. But the reason why I set it up that way is because it's fun, number one, okay? People like scavenger hunts. It's fun, number one. Number two, it forces them to actually look at my profile. I put those 3 hidden mics in certain sections of my profile, so it forces them to actually look and see what the heck it is I do, right? Because most people will just scam at the top. No, I want them to dig a little deeper. And the other thing is it's giving. So I'm giving them something at the end of it, which adds value to their life. So think creatively, guys. Just think creatively of how can you use that 30-second video to capture leads, to be able to get a conversation started, to add value. So, Mike, I know you did yours.
Oh, yes. Yes, Trev.
Tell the audience what you did with your 30-second video.
I got a little bit creative. And most people, they'll just take that 30 seconds and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, and welcome, to my profile type of thing. Well, I wanted to take it a step further, and what I did was I shot the video with my screen up on my profile, and I gave people the tour for 30 seconds of my profile, directing them to the spots that I wanted them to see.
Love that.
And by doing that, it's not only different, but there's something in your profile you want to show off and showcase. That's your opportunity to do it, and believe me, it's paid off.
So guys, I would recommend you go check out Mike's as well. Go take a look at his, because it is very creative what he did. Is it working? How is it working?
Absolutely working great.
Yeah? Nice. Well, I'll tell you that this is something that you just play around with, guys. Don't be afraid in your job search to be creative, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to think outside the box and do something that's different. And I know your first thought that's going through your mind is, well, what are they going to think about me? What's the employer going to think about me? Don't worry about that, guys. That fear is getting in your way, right? Don't let that fear get in your way of, oh my gosh, what are they going to think about me? No, no, no. Just be creative. Try different things. If it doesn't work, guess what you get to do? Change it.
Yep. Here's the reality. If you are not getting the results that you want, which if many of you are still in the search, you haven't gotten the result that you wanted.
Yep.
Just try it, right?
What's the definition of insanity?
It's something new.
Well, doing the
You
same
can
thing over
try
and
to
over
get-
again, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Now, there's also something else, too, that's a little LinkedIn tip, is that any time that you make a change on your profile, the LinkedIn algorithm will make it easier to access for people, so you actually will get more hits because people will be likely to check you out. So this is one of those easy things that you can do. Change it up every so often just to make your profile fresh. And if you don't do the cover photo, at least make a little change. Even if you change a word or a sentence every so often, it drives up those hits to your profile.
Kind of like washing your car. You gotta wash your car every once in a while. Do an oil change, whatever. You need to do it.
That's
refresh.
right. Your car's gonna
right?
break down.
Yeah,
Not
refresh. Okay, so that's awesome, guys. Cover photo. Go check it out. And you know what? When you do yours, I want you to send it to me. Send it to me in a DM. I want to check it out. I'm looking for creative ideas, things that can drive results. Okay, so I want you to send me your cover photo. If you don't know how to do that, all you do is when you click on it, it will pop up a URL. It'll pull up in your browser. So just copy that URL and send it to me in a DM, because I do want to take a look at your cover photo to make sure it's getting results. Okay, guys, we got to go to a real quick break. Don't go anywhere, though, because I promise you, we talk about social media strategy and all that. Man, we got the king in the house. Mark Savant is coming on next.
He's a savant from what I understand. This is going to be great.
Guys, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
I know I had more potential than just breaking my back every day for minimum wage, and I knew that there was a lot more out there for me. I just had to find the opportunity to get that. When working from paycheck to paycheck, one of the things that you worry about most is just, paying the bills. The biggest fear for me would be just not knowing, what the next week was going to hold or the next month was going to hold, not being sure of my future. Stopped working for the company that I was working for, and that's when I found Perscolas. Looking back on it now, I can only just think about the opportunities that I've been given from Perscolas and the people that work with Perscolas. And I wouldn't be here at Turner today if it wasn't for that opportunity. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have today if it wasn't for my opportunity.
Hey, Trevor Houston here, and if you're looking for connections to opportunities, free seminars and workshops to the knowledge and tools you need, and individualized one-on-one coaching for solid plans and solutions, Career and Financial Services is here for you with a holistic approach to educate, empower, and guide you to achieve your desired future. Call today to learn more about how the coaches can assist you to reach your career and financial success.
With the help of Union Bank, we were able to get a mortgage.
And buy a house of our dreams.
They helped us along the way during the process. They offered a grant that helped us significantly.
They provided us comfort with our money and gave us so much support when we were getting the mortgage.
Union Bank was able to help us fulfill our dream. I can't really explain how it feels. It just feels great.
Welcome back to the Who You Know.
What?
Job networking show. You know what I'm saying? Cause
What you know is important, but
Who
you know
can make all the difference
Yes.
in
Will make all
y'all's
the
job
difference.
search.
So guys, I'm super excited because our guest today, let me formally introduce Mark Savant, and he's a digital media expert and social media agency owner. He helps people create better content in less time. I like that, in less time.
That's great.
Mark focuses on the power of video collaborations to help clients create consistent social media presence in less than 1 hour per week.
1 hour or less?
1 hour per week. Everybody welcome Mark Savant. Woo!
Hey, Mark.
What's up? Who you know?
Man.
What up? Glad to be here.
Oh,
He is
I almost
a
dropped my
savant
gun.
leader.
Oh, no, can't do
Hey,
that.
Mark, so I've got actually, I'm going to call you Savant today because we got Mark 1, Mark 2, so I'm just going to call you Savant. We're good with that?
Got it.
Okay.
You got it, baby. You got it.
All right, Savant. We always like to play a game here called Would You Rather, okay?
Oof,
I'm
okay.
gonna break the ice here for you, okay? So, would you rather be forced to listen to the same song, same 10 songs on repeat for the rest of your life, or forced to watch the same movie on repeat for the rest of your life?
I'll take same movie. Because I like movies,
Yeah.
but I don't think I could go the rest of my life listening to only the same 10 songs. Oh my goodness. My jogs would be not enjoyable. So,
Yeah. Well, hey, audience, tell us what would you rather? Would you
That's
rather
a tough one.
same song or same movie? What about you, Mike?
I'm going to take a slightly different path and say the same songs, and only because, movies like, 2 hours, 3 hours? I mean, you might get something, you might not like the movie after a while, but music, you can kind of tune it out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say music too, because it's like, my wife, Uni, hey Uni, love you. But she doesn't like change. So she likes to watch the same movies continually. And I'm like, oh, we've seen this movie so many times. But music, it's like you hear a song and you're like, oh, that's my favorite song.
That's right.
Or and so that's my rationale.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
How many times have we watched a movie and after it's over, we're like, I just lost 2 hours of my life that I'm never going to get back. So I think I could survive without movies. I think I would be okay. I think I'd survive.
Okay.
I'm going to say that too. Yeah, I'm not much of movies and TV and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I like movies, but yeah, I'm not a binge watcher kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'll do, but music, I love music, so I don't know if I could listen to the same song unless
you said
it was go to work, okay? How many of y'all in the comments like go to work?
Now that
You like that? Like
Definitely.
LinkedIn, I'm locked in, get the job done.
Now, did you say 10 songs?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, I don't know
10
what the
songs.
question
Okay,
is.
so I mean,
It's fine.
hey, that's
That's right.
All right, we're digressing. let's get back to Savant over here. So Savant, all right, let's take us behind the scenes though, because you're very successful. You got a nice agency going on. You're helping people, business owners and entrepreneurs, get a kickstart to their business and stuff like that with your social media strategies and things like that. But it probably wasn't always that way. When did you get started? What was it like growing up as a young little baby Savant? What was it like for you?
Well, I mean, my journey has been long. I want to talk more about, the people out there, because I just think that we're in a really unique time in history. Like growing up, we didn't have smartphones. I had a road atlas that taught me, show me where I was supposed to go. But we live in a world now with technology and communication is just dramatically changing. And I just think that there's such a great opportunity for us to create a profile, to create a reputation. It's really, really going to connect with employers and decision makers so that we can achieve our desired goal, which is probably to get hired or to make more money, to move up the corporate ladder. Whatever your goal is, social media can get you there. It's just this, that the problem, right, Trevor, is that social media is this giant monster that's insatiable. It feeds and it eats and it eats. And how can we satiate it so we can at least buy some time? And that's really what I focus on.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna give you a mic drop for that one.
Yeah,
right there.
that's a mic drop. Yeah.
Throw that one in.
It's insatiable.
Okay. Yeah, it will eat you up. Social media can.
Oh, it'll chew you up, spit you out.
Up,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my 2-year-old.
Yeah. That's
Well,
right.
well, okay. So, how do you overcome that? Because you're right. It can be a daunting, super daunting thing, especially when you start to think about the big picture and you go, wow, okay, you got not only LinkedIn, we got, Instagram and Facebook and you name it. It just goes on and on and on the list. How do you overcome that? What are some things that you help people with?
Sure. Well, there's multiple steps in the process, I think, Trevor. In the first step in the process is getting clear on why you even need to create a social media presence, who you want to speak to, what's important to them. I think this is interesting. Most people, when they think about building their personal brand on social media, they just use the word I and me over and over and over again. But the funny thing is, your social media profile is not about you. It's about the person that lands on your social media profile, what their problem is, and why you are the best solution to that problem.
So instead of I and we and stuff like that, what are the words they should be using?
Well, I'll give you just a personal example for my profile, right? So when you land on Mark Savant on LinkedIn, it says, helping you create great content in less time so you can focus on what you love. I didn't use the word I, me, at all.
Yep.
So really, it's all about giving the people value.
Right.
That's exactly it. And most people don't really care about all the things that we talk about, right? And
right.
It's important that we highlight what makes us unique and desirable, because most employers, most CEOs, decision makers, they're making decisions based on who they like, not where you went to college. And the framing of your social media profile can really help deliver that message. Instead of you getting on 100 business calls, people just use your profile as your resume.
Hey, Mark, I know that LinkedIn is very focused on this positive user experience, right? Would you say all of the platforms have that type of component built into their algorithms, that they're all aiming towards increasing that engagement?
Yeah, well, every social media platform has different demographics, right? So depending on what you want to accomplish, that impacts where you want to be creating content. I think LinkedIn, obviously, if you're in the job search business, is big time. But every platform has one core principle. They want to keep you on the profile for longer. Okay. So developing different types of content methods to keep people on your profile, on your videos, on your carousels, on your sliders is certainly beneficial.
That's great. So I'm just kind of curious that there would be a different strategy for each type of platform. So how would you advise someone to do Facebook as opposed to doing LinkedIn, for example?
Well, so broad picture, I think the key here is more so demographic and who is actually there. A, B, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. Right. So if you just say, okay, I want to be on YouTube, people are on LinkedIn, and TikTok is the hot new thing, then you get just overwhelmed, because it takes a lot of work to repurpose content, which kind of backing up a little bit, we talked about how we can actually create tons of content in just an hour a week. You need to build out a show like the Who You Know Job Networking show. Okay. And basically, now that you've discovered who you're speaking to, the problem you solve, why you're the best solution, now we need to develop a show that's maybe 15 to 30 minutes a week. We record it, and then we produce it, chop it up for, again, memes, outlines, sliders, just a lot of different pieces of content you can reproduce off of one 30-minute show.
Yep, absolutely.
So okay, I've been saying this for a while, and I have yet to see a job seeker take me up on it. So job seekers, this is for you. Like, we talk about the importance of content, building your brand, putting it out there. Mike, I know you create a lot of content.
Yes, I do.
You create a lot of content. Imagine, though, if you had your own show, okay?
Yep.
If you did something like that, you could do like what Mark's saying over here. You could do an interview, 30 minutes, an hour. That interview you could then chop into a million different pieces, and like he's saying, it can become image memes, it could become carousels, it could be the video. Like all of a sudden you have your entire content strategy built out, and all you did was you spent about an hour.
Yeah,
how nice would that sound?
You need to have systems in place.
Absolutely. And those are some great points. Is that, as a job seeker, and speaking from a job seeker's perspective, it's like we have this tunnel vision, and it's all for us. It's all got to get that interview, got to get that application looked at, got to get that job submitted. And all these things are going on. It becomes a full-time job in and of itself. But the real success comes when you step out of it, and then you think of it as, okay, you're the product.
Mm-hmm.
You're the product. You got to sell the product. You want to give value to people who would want to invest in the product, but you're the product.
Yeah.
So what you have just described, Trevor, makes perfect sense because you're making the most out of something. You're getting as much mileage out of a piece of content as you can. And that, to a guy who creates content, is gold.
Yeah, because you have to think about it. Time is what?
Money.
Time is money, okay? And
this makes a perfect Christmas gift, by the way.
The longer you spend jacking around trying to do all this content and all this kind of stuff, I mean, it can be counterproductive if you're not getting results. So, Mark, I love what you're saying, Savant. I love that. Let's get into some other things. Like, what would you do? Okay, I'm gonna throw you under the bus real quick. I'm gonna say you are now seeking employment tomorrow. Okay, you wake up in the morning, your cash flow is gone. What does Savant do?
Well, I mean, the goal is I'm going to try to connect with as many people, as many decision makers in my field, in my area of expertise that I can. And the best ways I think to do that is probably on LinkedIn, finding companies, leveraging the network that I already have, right? Like the people that I know, AKA the who you know. And then I would certainly be completely changing all of the messaging on my profiles, on my LinkedIn. If I have a Facebook, Instagram, I change up all the messaging. So because now that I'm searching for a new job, I'm speaking to a different audience. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if your messaging is off, it'll really hurt you. Another thing that you might do on LinkedIn is you'll go to your profile of past jobs that you have. You might have a job like when I was 16, I was working at McDonald's or something. Your new employer doesn't care about flipping fries at McDonald's, right? So you want to try to craft your experiences that show that you can solve that problem. You want to get testimonials from people that you've worked with before to give you credibility. Because again, at the end of the day, they land on your profile. You want it to speak to that person, so you can spend all your time reaching out, and then you can spend your profile is spending way more time actually delivering messaging.
Love that.
Yeah.
So reach out to the people you know. Okay. Right, he said reach out to the people you know, the people you've worked with in the past, colleagues, friends, all those kind of things. Switch up your profiles so your messaging is on brand with what you're trying to accomplish, right? That way, because you're going to have a couple things going out. You've got outbound and you've got inbound. Whether you know it or not, people are looking at you. And when they look at you, even like your personal Facebook, guys, your personal Facebook, who you have, friends and your family and all that, guess what? They need to know too. They need to know exactly what you're looking for. And if your brand is right, you go and you switch up your profile like Mark's talking about.
Yep.
Look, when your aunt, goes and looks at your personal Facebook page and it says, seeking for IT, whatever, and she's like, oh, I didn't know you were looking for that. Mm-hmm. Hey, let me connect you with so-and-so. Right? But if you never change up your profiles, and I mean all of them, you got to change them all. I like that. It's great advice.
Hey, Mark, speaking of changing your profiles, what are some of the things that you can do to make your profile really pop, to stand out? I mean, people go through profiles all the time, right? And there's probably a statistic on it, right? How much time is spent looking at a random profile. But what can you do to make yours just like, boom, stop somebody in their tracks and look at your profile?
So, I mean, there's a few things I'd recommend. when it comes to your banners and your about section, you want to be clear and concise. I think it's really easy to get caught up in write an entire paragraph in your banner, but you want to keep it really short. I think in a banner, you want to have 5 words or less. And when I say banner, it's that big image at the very top of your page when someone lands there. So 5 words or less is good, that at least pop out. On all the colors, both on your personal profile picture or on your banner, you want to max out the saturation on your colors, preferably high contrast. So let's say like black and white are complete contrast in colors, right? But maybe you do like a blue and a yellow high contrast, or a red and a green. Just think sports teams. They'll give you some good outlines. So you want to maximize the saturation there.
Sports teams.
Yep. And then the third tip I would give is make sure that there's a big picture of you smiling on your page. Don't give a mean mug. Just people tend to respond better to smiling. So I would make sure you smile.
Absolutely.
Oh, no mean mugs?
No. So the person who's like ultra professional and they're like,
they're doing this?
You know, like,
yeah.
A smile, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
A smile, right?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Those are, hey, look, I'm going to tell you, those are some awesome tips. All right, let's talk about pursuing your passion. I know that was something you wanted to talk about today. So, you know, when you put that on the form here, what did you mean by that? I know it's kind of, passion is kind of a buzzword, you know. What did you want to talk to us about that?
Well, I mean, we can go up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? When you just need a job, you need to get hired. This is probably not what you're looking for. You just want to get money so you can put food on the table for your kid. But when I talk about passion, I'm talking about designing a life that you're excited about, where, you know, you wake up on Monday and you're like, you feel good about what you're going to be doing, because you could be in a job. Maybe you've been in a job for 5 years and you feel like, I can never leave here. I don't know where to start. You just start creating and building a social media brand, or you start creating content based on what you want to be known for. Okay. I spent over a decade in the insurance industry. I'm still involved. I still run an office, but that's not what I want to be known for. I want to be known for social media content production and branding. So that's all the content that you see when you land on Mark Savant's profiles. So again, my goal right now is to fulfill my passion, to do something I wake up excited about, that I enjoy. You're just going to have a much more fulfilled life. You're going to do better. You're going to be healthier. But again, you got to keep going up the hierarchy of where you're at and what you want. What are your needs? And maybe right now, if you're on the job hunt, your messaging says one thing, but after you've got that job, you transform it a bit so that you can continue building that brand for when the time is right to take that job, that next opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like those are great tips to even steps on how to get there, because a lot of times, I mean, well, let's just face it. I think the stats are like 80% of Americans don't like what they do for a living, like they're miserable or whatever at work. So people aren't happy with what they're doing, right? But they got to do it to get the cash flow going. So they get the cash flow.
Yep.
But, you know, when you get this back, y'all, I'm just going to say, you get your cash flow back, take a little piece of that and invest in yourself and start putting that away and start thinking about, okay, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to take this little extra cash that I'm stacking away? What's your passion? Like Savant's saying, like, is it music, side hustle? And you know what? Even if that doesn't turn into a business in itself, you'll start to be happy, because this is your why. Your side hustle, whatever that is your why. It's the heartbeat that makes getting up and going to work a little bit more manageable, a little bit more more manageable. So anyway.
Another thing that I got out of what you said, very important, is that you've always got to be open, right, to the fact of a new opportunity could and probably will come along, and you need to be ready for that. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are out there that they just got their job, they go to work, they do their job, they're complacent, right? They're in their comfort zone. But there are a lot of people, and a lot of you out there, who you're not comfortable standing still. You're always wanting to improve. And if you're not ready for those opportunities and maximizing your profile, your brand, you might miss out on those opportunities.
Absolutely. And it's all about life. You think about the number of hours that you work a day, and it's a third of your life, or your adult life for certain. And if you don't love what you're doing, then what's the point?
Amen.
You know, so what? You paying bills? Well, great, but there's more to life than keeping the creditors happy. There's more to life than that. You gotta live.
Amen, man.
Amen.
Yeah,
Mike
Mike gets a drop for that. Yeah.
That's it.
Love it, love it, love it. That is awesome. Yeah. So okay, I like those, Savant. Those are great tips. You're also, man. I know you because I've been checking you out, man. Out there in the streets, out there on the clubhouse streets. I know you're out there doing the clubhouse thing. What are you doing in clubhouse, man? Talk to me about that, because that's a new animal. It's a new social media animal, and now we got the green room, right? I mean, it's like social media is a never-ending thing, and as soon as you think you got one figured out, here's another one. So, what are you doing in clubhouse, man? Talk to me.
Well, I mean, Clubhouse, quite simply put, is the most powerful networking tool ever invented. Incredibly powerful. For anyone that's not familiar, Clubhouse is an audio-only social media app. So there's no DMing people, there's no sending videos. It's all audio, other than the text that you're able to put in your profile. Yep. But it's, we talked earlier about developing a social media profile that speaks to people, right? Or maybe you develop automations in your DMs and stuff like that. But there's something really powerful about having someone actually hear the words that are coming out of your mouth. And when someone hears something that they feel is accurate or valuable, well, they just want to get to know you more. So at least in my space, where I'm looking at connecting with other social media experts, brand builders, entrepreneurs, it can be really difficult to get through their, I guess, paywall, if you would, like on Instagram. If you want to connect with someone that has 3 million followers on Instagram, it's gonna be pretty tough.
Right.
But if you can hook up with someone in a Clubhouse room and they hear you speak, you say, "Hey, John Smith, I'd love to connect with you after this to bring you on my show. Can I shoot you an email, or where can we connect?" I have landed so many networking opportunities just with that strategy. So it's just a great place to meet people.
Love that. Love that. Well, and another thing to what you said right there is, we've talked about this too for job seekers, but if you have a show, okay, and a lot of you guys right now, you're looking at us and you got the screens and the lights and the camera. No. Not what we're talking about, okay? You can do your own show with a little Restream account or StreamYard account, okay? I think you can set up a free account, y'all, free 99, okay? It ain't even gonna cost you one of these, okay? Free 99. So go set you up one. Woo! And here's the deal. You can do your own show, but what is that? What it does is it creates an opportunity for you to have some value to give to someone else. To say, hey, I want to highlight you. I would like to feature you. I want to interview you. I'd love for you to come on my show. This is a great way for you to do informational interviews, right? With people that work at the companies you want to go work for, right? Think about that. The people that work at the companies you want to go work for, go interview them, bring them on your show. Then you can chop it up, right, Savant? You can chop it up into a bunch of micro content.
Yeah, you got tons of content then.
Oh, yeah, never ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually record my podcast in Clubhouse sometimes for that exact purpose. I'd love to give you a quick example that I think is just a great story. I met a guy in Clubhouse. He's a younger kid who was looking for a job. Had a job. He was a video editor. He's very experienced in video editing, thumbnail editing, a lot of YouTube work. And he hopped into a room with Mr. Beast, who is like one of the largest YouTubers, getting hundreds of millions of views, hundreds of millions of dollars. He actually connected with Mr. Beast in Clubhouse and got a job working for Mr. Beast's company because of Clubhouse, because he was able to get into a room. And you know what people hire you based on? It's based on whether they like you or not. Mm-hmm. And if they like you, if you can chat with them, if they feel you're trustworthy, much better shot of getting a shot.
Absolutely. Mic drop on that. All right, we've had a bunch of mic drop moments. Let's go to the audience real quick. Who do we got with us today? Heather, 𝐤𝐴𝐵, good to see you. Heidi Torres.
Hey, we got Heidi Torres.
Hold on. Heidi Torres, shout out to you, because Heidi has done this kind of a strategy. Heidi wrote a book. She wrote a book, and she used that to say, hey, I want to interview you. So she interviewed a bunch of people, and then she ended up taking those interviews and making a book out of it. So shout out to Heidi. Good to see you. Josh Ferris, my man Josh Ferris.
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
Yeah, William, good to see you. Chandra Thomas, Jason Hopper.
Jason.
love it, guys. This is awesome. Okay, so let's have a question.
Good question. I got a question. All right. So very early in the segment, Mark said that he had a son. How old is Mark's son?
Ooh, okay.
And in honor of Mark's son, I was going to tell a time travel dad joke, but you guys didn't like it.
No.
What?
Trevor's like,
I don't even get it.
but you, it was a time travel
Out there
joke,
somewhere.
but you guys didn't like it.
I still don't get it. I still don't get it.
He will when he drives home all of a sudden.
It's going to hit me later. Wow. Okay. All right. We do got an answer here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They came in quick.
We got Mike Nolting. Hey, look, you know how I do Mediterranean.
Yeah, I know. Boy, do I know.
Look, okay, we got Mike Nolting. Congratulations. He said
way to go, Mike.
All right.
All right. And what did
Mike.
Mike win today? We're gonna give him a session or something like that. Savant, what are we doing for Mike?
Yeah, hit me up, Mike. I guess we're doing a 30-minute free session. I'm happy to look over your brand, give you any feedback, connect you with people that might be helpful to you, and yeah, just give you the full service.
Savant,
I have a special
appreciate
offer for everyone else out there too.
Oh,
actually.
you do? You do?
Yeah.
What's that?
DM, go to Mark Savant on LinkedIn and DM me who you know. I have a free brand builder checklist. I'll send you. It's actually not even completely finished, so I'm giving you a backstage pass.
Oh,
okay.
This questionnaire, you'll love it. You're gonna love it.
So he's giving away. First of all, to Mike. Mike, you got some time. Okay, so you got some of Savant's time, and you know what time is, right? Time is
money.
Right? Time is
money.
Okay, so he just gave you some money. Appreciate that, Savant. I really do appreciate that. All right, guys, we got to go to a real quick break. You know what? Before we do that, though, hold on. Time out. Audience, we want to show Mark Savant some love and appreciation for him being here today and coming here and giving us some of his time and his treasures and all that good stuff, guys. So if you can do me a big favor, I want you to take a screenshot. I want you to screenshot this thing, and I want you to blow him up. I want him to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the Who You Know show and what these guys are doing, because all these notifications are going bonkers. I want you to post it on social media. Tell him how much you appreciate him and all the value that he's given and all the golden nuggets and all this stuff. So do that for me. Savant, man, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming today. And dropping all these mics all over the studio.
Man, you gotta trip over them. There's so many.
I'm just honored to be here and share a few minutes with you in the audience. Just glad to be here.
Appreciate it. Guys, we got to go to a real quick break. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we got Mike Mehterian in the house.
That's right. Hey, guys. It's going to be great.
So I joined the Who You Know network a few months ago during my job search, just trying to find other avenues that could help me land a position, and I finally have done that. And I thank the Who You Know network for that. It's a great group of people who are really willing to do whatever it takes to help you find a job.
Hello, Who You Know crew. Thank you so much. Just a quick shout out of gratitude to all of you for your help and support during the summit process and beyond. Feeling very accomplished based on the tools that you provided, the support.
I can't say enough about the Who You Know network. Trevor and the guys were very instrumental in making sure that I got increased activity in my job search. Taught me a lot of tools and tricks, a bunch of other stuff that you'd think a guy like me who'd been in the recruiting business for a while would already know, but they've been very helpful and I would highly recommend them.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. Well, what you know is important, but
Who
you know? Who you know? Who you know can make all the difference in your job search. Guys, I'm super excited because for the first time, I'm going to properly introduce Michael Mehterian.
Yes.
Mike Mehterian, who is a 15-year award-winning IT operations leader who has been on the journey for his next opportunity since March 1st, 2019. Guys, everybody welcome Mike Mehterian.
Hey, everyone.
Mike Mehterian.
All right.
And clap for Trevor, too, because he got his name right.
Finally, you know, it was bound to happen sooner or later, but, you know, I'm glad that it is. Well, it's great to be here. It's different. It's totally different, you know, being live and in living color as opposed to watching it through a screen on, you know, on your desktop.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's, I love the enthusiasm. I love the passion that is here. It feeds into itself, definitely. And but I do have a cause. I come here, you know, to promote a cause, and that is the mic.
Oh, okay.
I've heard, you know, that there are a lot of mic drops going on and stuff like that. We have to be considered. You know, when I heard that mics were dropping, it naturally got my attention. So here I am.
Dropping the mic. All right.
Yes.
Let's get those things flying, folks. Let's make the most out of it.
All right. So, Mike, I got some questions for you.
Absolutely. Shoot.
I know your job search has been challenging, if we want to use that word.
That's a good word to use, definitely.
Okay. You've had some personal setbacks.
Absolutely.
I heard that COVID, cancer, house fire.
That's right, or what I call the 3 C's, COVID, cancer, and catastrophic fire, but yet I am still here, still plugging along. And I tell you, you'd think that you would be alone, but I know that I was not alone throughout all of this. Not only the love of the people here on the Who You Know Job Networking Show, but all the people that are in the audience, all the people that follow me on LinkedIn, all the people who respond and engage on my content. It's what keeps me going, brother.
Man.
That's awesome. Well, and a testament to you, your personality, your character, your faithfulness, just, you know, going through all that, man, a lot of people would have just given up.
Absolutely. I mean, no doubt about it. And let's be honest, when you experience something like a job loss, it is like a death in the family. You're going to go through that grieving process. All the steps are there. It's one of the most stressful things that a person will ever go through, and I've been through it in spades, I tell you. But the thing of it is that the first year, I don't even count the first year. Why? Because, you know, I had a LinkedIn profile, and I had some idea of networking, okay? Unfortunately, it was all the latest and greatest strategies of 2012. And you know, that's a lifetime ago.
Right.
And so the first year really didn't count because I was doing everything that the job seekers were doing. I wasn't standing out from the crowd. I thought I was, but I wasn't. So I was getting some interviews and stuff like that, you know, but I was doing it, you know, by submitting applications, hoping to get, you know, a call from a recruiter or something like that. And then right when COVID hit, I had 2 engagements just disengaged, things that were solid that fell apart. And it was at that point that I was sitting in my backyard with a close friend of mine who's a C-level marketing executive for a wonderful company. I talked to her. I said, what can we do? Because this just isn't working. We gotta do something different. And she gave me a couple of suggestions, and then the suggestions that I got made a lot of sense. So I started going through my contacts and sending messages and resumes to everybody that I knew who was in a position of hiring. And it was through that I got turned on to you guys. And then when I got introduced to you, then I went through the summit. Then I had my introductory video made.
Yep.
And that was an eye-opener.
Great video, by the way.
Thank you.
Great video.
It was an eye-opener because now I saw something different. And if you haven't gone through the summit, people, you got to go through the summit. And if you have gone through the summit, you got to follow the instructions. You got to do things that way. And so I had to go from being an introvert to being an extrovert. I knew that's what it had to take in my case to be able to break through, the noise that is out there. So I started creating content, following the advice that Trevor and Mark, and to a degree Foster has done. But there's that crawl, walk, run situation you're going to be going through.
Man, I love how you said that. The crawl, walk, run, because here's the deal. There are few people out there that come through our program, and shout out to Josh Ferris because he's in the comments.
Josh
right
is an all-star.
Heidi Torres is here.
There's a few people that come through that you absolutely see a transformation. Okay, you see a transformation of who they are. It's crazy, and so you have been standing out to me for a long time. You've been standing out, and we recently had an opportunity that presented itself because of the studio and the relationship with Real News PR. Shout out to Real News PR. We had a news story opportunity. That landed in my lap, and they were saying, hey, we're looking for this type of person. Who do you know? So I'm getting the question, who do you know?
Who do you know?
And who's the first person that came to my mind? Ding! Mike, my man, Mehterian.
That's right, folks.
Came to my mind. Like, I was like, okay, this is the guy. This is the guy. So
yeah, he's putting himself out there. He's the squeaky wheel, if you will, right?
Yeah, and you have to be the squeaky wheel. Think of it this way. You're not necessarily in competition with everybody else, but you're in competition with yourself. And if you're going to get what you want to get in life, whether it's a job or whether it's any opportunity, you got to stand above the rest. So you don't compare yourself with the other people. You compare yourself to yourself.
Amen.
And then you want to make yourself better every time. So as I was getting to the content posting, I knew that it was going to be trial and error, mostly error in the beginning. And I experimented with a few things. And then I started finding things that started to click. And then things just organically started to take off, which brings us to the point where Josh I saw him doing things, and I said, let me try that. But when I look at Trevor, and he's talking about this particular opportunity, well, that was the next step in the line of progression.
Well, yeah, it presented itself, and I'm super excited that we were able to get things put together for you. Why don't we do this? So you were on national news.
Yes, I was.
National news. That's awesome. And it went to all their syndicate stations. That thing went viral.
It did.
That story went viral, right?
It certainly did. And the best part of it is that when you learn to stand out from the rest, you become an expert in you. And what made the interview click was I was an expert in in what they were talking about, which is being unemployed. You've been unemployed as long as I have, searching for that next opportunity. Believe me, you can't help but be an expert.
It's sad, but it's true.
It's sad, but it's true. But you make the most out of it.
I love what you're saying, though, because we get so caught up on what other people are doing, and it's like a marathon runner. When you start out running marathons, you don't have a hope and a prayer of winning the marathon.
No.
But if you keep at it, what are you doing? You're not trying to win the marathon. You're trying to beat your own personal bests.
And you get better as you go along.
You get better, and that's right.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't we do this? I'm real excited that you were able to do that interview on national news, and hopefully that can lead to some opportunities. Well, first of all, has it led to any kind of opportunities?
Oh, it has. A couple of opportunities, and I got to meet the people at Real News PR as a result of my performance in the interview.
Very cool.
I achieved one of my goals that I set for myself, which was to be sitting in this chair, to having the live conversation with you.
Mic drop right there.
There you go.
Yes.
I just wish Foster was here, but hey, there's always a next time, right? So.
Well, in speaking of opportunities, share with the audience what you're looking for. What's your expertise? IT operations? Is there a specific niche? Or?
So here's how it goes. I've transformed myself in the past 2 years. When people used to talk about me, they used to talk to me as the IT guy, but now I'm the people guy. And The other goal that I had, I was hoping that would come true today, but hopefully, Lord willing, it will happen by Friday, is that I have a final interview tomorrow for a service delivery manager's opportunity for a large IT service provider. And this role came about. Again, you want to talk about networking? This came about not because I applied to a website, but because I saw the job opportunity through a staffing firm. I went to a connection of mine who knew somebody who was in HR for that company. I reached out to them. They set up an introduction. I spoke with that person within a couple of days. It turned out that I was a little bit late to that game, but in 24 hours, another opportunity arose, and that is where I'm interviewing that opportunity as we speak.
Yeah, so you were ahead of the curve on that.
Ahead of the curve, yeah. And the beauty part of it is that it's not so much IT, but it's in the SDM role, it's about relationships.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
And that to me is the passion.
Yeah.
You know?
Awesome.
Well, and that's what I was going to say too. So one of the things I've noticed about you, one of the things that makes you stand out when you come into all our groups, Coach's Corner and the Summit and all that stuff, is that your excitement and your passion for actually helping others achieve the goals. Like you come through and you're like, yeah, this is what you need to do. Here's how you're going to do it. Like you come through and you just have that passion, which for a lot of other people, they're coming through these groups and they're a little bit timid or a little bit quiet. And you're like, no, this is what you need to do. So you're helping them get out of their comfort zone because you've already been through it.
Yes, not only have I been through it, but I've also been tutoring people who have gone through your summit, who I link up with and connect on LinkedIn.
Awesome.
And I don't go to them. They come to me and they say, hey, Mike, I love what you did. Can you have some time to talk about how you did? I said, absolutely. I got the Calendly link, click on that. Let's get 15 minutes, and I'll talk with you. And I've done that with many folks.
Paying it forward.
Many of them who are in the audience watching, and that kind of inspired me. Because we talk about pay it forward. I know that this season too shall pass.
Yes.
But I'm I'm working on the pay it forward, and it's going to be some exciting stuff where I want to give back because the people who who have helped me, you guys foster that in a way it's like I got to help pay it back not only to you guys, but to the other people who have helped me along the way and to the people who are out there who are needing help. And there are a lot of people. The interview clip, 9.3 million Americans are in the position that I am. And it's lagging. When it gets to specialty roles and senior leadership positions, we hurt because it naturally takes us longer to land that next gig, as they say, $10,000 of salary per month for every month that you're going to be between jobs.
Yeah, you see what he's doing, y'all? You see that, all those little stats he's throwing out there? He is becoming an expert in this stuff. He's becoming an expert. Now, here's the deal. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Why don't we play a short clip of your interview that was on national news? Let's go ahead and play that.
Absolutely.
And then we'll be right back.
The headlines are everywhere. Business owners across the country saying they can't hire enough workers. The solution to this problem, according to a majority of governors, is to end pandemic unemployment benefits. But will this get Americans back to work?
Now it just made a financial hardship even more drastic.
Mike Mehterian lost his job as a senior IT operations manager right before the pandemic struck, and he's been looking for work ever since.
I've been working more hours trying to find my next job than I was doing when I was actually working.
He cites a lack of openings suitable to his skills and experience as the biggest challenge. He also says taking a temporary job isn't as simple as it seems.
A company spends thousands of dollars to hire, to onboard, and to train up employees. And they're not going to make that investment on somebody who they think is going to leave at the first opportunity of something better.
He's one of 9.3 million Americans who remain unemployed, a far cry from the height of COVID, but still above pre-pandemic levels. One economist notes a key issue for the industry struggling the most is wages.
Part of this is that businesses could respond by raising pay if they're that concerned about workers not working.
And there's another factor that health experts warn is being overlooked: the strain of long-term unemployment, which has hindered people's ability to find work or to hold a job.
That financial stress can have significant emotional and physical consequences like anxiety and depression, insomnia, muscle tension, and stomach issues.
And the loss of healthcare benefits that were tied to previous jobs can make getting the right help that much harder. Considering all of the elements here, it's unclear how effective the ending of pandemic unemployment benefits will be. But we could know in less than 2 weeks when the next monthly jobs report is out. Bianca Ficini, Newsy, Washington.
All right, guys. So let's give a round of applause to Mike. Great job, man.
Thank
Great
you, Trevor.
Super excited we were able to, kind of connect some dots for you there, and shout out Real News PR for being able to get that put together. Man, I know the journey has been long, but I feel like it's coming to an end.
I firmly believe that it is, and a successful field commander knows that when one battle is about to be wrapped up, you begin strategy for the next one. So when the chapter of my book of life, when this chapter ends, the next one will open up. And the thing of it is that one of the things that I learned through this 24-month journey, and I like to think of it as a journey, is you got to pay it forward. I firmly believe that. You got help when you needed it the most, and I got help in many different directions that I never anticipated. Now it's my turn to help some other people as well. And again, I think I can do that and have the passion, and in such a way that it becomes a collaborative effort. Thinking of it this way, 9.3 million people are out there who are suffering, who are wondering how they're going to pay their bills, who don't know if they're going to have their home to live in. All of those things become, a reality, and I've been through it, and I've seen other people been through it, and hopefully by God's grace that, if this situation ends, if this chapter ends soon, then the next chapter is okay. Now we're going to go help some other people. I'm firmly believing that, and I'm firmly on fire with that.
Well, I know you are. I already know you are, because you're doing it now. You're not waiting. You're not even waiting.
No.
You're doing it. You've been doing it, and that's why you're standing out, man. I'm telling you. That's why when the opportunity came to me and landed in my lap, I was like, this is your guy right here, Mike.
Thank you.
This is your guy. Like, there are certain people that stand out, and you are that guy. So for the companies that are watching right now, okay, look, this guy is the real deal. I'm going to tell you that right now. Not everybody makes it up here on this stage.
No.
And Mike, man, this is for you. Appreciate you.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, snap, I said something. I broke the studio, y'all. I broke the studio.
I told you this was going to be a monumental show.
Yeah. I don't know what just fell, but we broke the studio.
Gosh.
I told you we were going to bring the house down, didn't we?
And that you did.
We delivered.
More so than a stampede of wild Gronkowskis, I'm telling you.
That's right.
Man, I'm so excited.
That's it, guys.
I want to know.
The ice shaker, I'm going to treasure this always.
That's
Thank
the
you.
Who You Know shaker, man. That's the real deal.
I know. This is, there it is, out of the box.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, no, this is something that I'm really touched. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, 100%, man. We appreciate you, and let us know as soon as you land. And also, real quick, for the audience, maybe if you could throw out a few of those companies, maybe it's a few target companies. That way we can do some networking in here. Maybe if somebody knows somebody, it's all about who you know. Maybe we can get you a DM here where somebody's saying, hey, I know somebody.
Well, of course. And, for me in the type of field that I am in, we look at the IT service providers, and we also look at the staffing firms that work with them. Matrix, I have established some great relationships with them. I've also have done Insight Global is another company. Thomas Edwards is another one. because my situation is a little bit different, is that not every company has an internal IT operation. They have outsourced, or they have went to service providers to do that. So my search is a little bit different than everybody else's, is that I'm not necessarily going to a Pepsi or going to a Dr. Pepper or whomever, but instead what I'm doing is I'm going to the staffing firms, the people who actually fill those positions, and building the relationships with them. And again, a lot of the opportunities that have crossed my way have been because I reached out to somebody who I was connected with and say, hey, can you introduce me to this person? And we go from there. And that's the way you got to do it, the back door. You know, I think that prior to the pandemic, it was 80-20. 80% of the time I was applying to through job boards, and 20% of the time posting something hokey on LinkedIn. After meeting with you and working with you guys and changing the whole game strategy, it's 80-20 the other direction. I spend 80% of the time out there producing content, engaging in other people's content, building connections, gathering followers. You know, I went to the creator, the creator mode, content mode on LinkedIn.
Yep.
That has been tremendous success. And again, it's building the foundation. It's the last year through the pandemic was all about foundation building, knowing that, okay, you may not get interviews right away during that time. So I was just building the foundation, and I knew that at some point it was going to start paying off, and it did dramatically.
I'm super excited for you, Mike, and I can't wait to to make it rain in here for you. Okay?
Absolutely,
When
man.
you land, we're going to make it rain in here as well. So let us know as soon as you do, guys. Hate to cut this thing off, but guys, that's the show.
It's all
about
who you know.
Bye.
All right, guys,
Trevor
take
Houston
it
here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. We hope you've been inspired, encouraged, educated, and entertained all at the same time. For information on our different events, workshops, partners, or partnership opportunities available, check out whoyouknow.show for more details. And be on the lookout for our new mobile app coming soon. You never know how this show could help someone you know? And if we've made an impact or put a smile on your face today, don't forget to hit that share button on your way out. Until next week, it's all about who you know. Bye!